Canada / Detroit trip. Well, just Detroit. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Enigma Show. I'm the Enigma, and I want to follow up on my last video about my trip to Detroit, Mowtown, I guess. I want to talk about my last day here, which was Saturday, and it was a crazy day, little odd day. My friend Anna had to work that day, so I had to kind of get around myself. So I called an Uber and I went downtown because I wanted to see where the Detroit Lions played, where the Tigers played, and where the Pistons played. All three stadiums are literally less than a quarter mile of each other. You can walk from Ford Field, where the Detroit Lions played, to where the Tigers played, to where the Pistons played. Los Angeles. Anyway, I also got to see the Fillmore. I also saw the Fox Theater, where all of those Mowtown greats used to go and have concerts at and used to entertain people, which I thought was real cool, and it's a real big part of Detroit's history also. And I noticed my phone started to, the battery power started to go down. So I was like, okay, well, let me go get something to eat and then get ready to call my Uber. So anyway, I go back to Greektown because there's a pizza parlor that I saw when I went there Wednesday night, and I wanted to go see how the pizza is, because I seen a lot of people walking out there with boxes of pizza. And the name of the pizza parlor is Pizza Papali's Chicago style pizza. I got me a deep dish small pizza. It was good. Very different. Our pizza in LA, throw that shit away. Throw that shit away. Our pizza is garbage. So I'm sitting there and my phone dies. And so I go over to the bartender and have a couple drinks. And I was asking him, where can I get a charger at around here, because mine's died and I need my phone to call an Uber to get back to my Airbnb. And so the bartender points me down the street to a liquor store. I went and bought an off-brand charger, went in, he plugged it up for me. He was nice enough to plug it up in the restaurant, but it would not charge my phone. I sat there for 30 minutes while I waited for my pizza, had a couple drinks, but phone still didn't charge. So he allowed me to use his phone to go to Google Maps to find my Airbnb, because I knew the general area of where my Airbnb was. So if I could look at the map, I can see the address, write it down, and just go ahead and call a cab. So I was able to do that. And once I finished my drink, tipped them really well, and I got on my way. So I went down to the corner to get a cab. And I was tired and hungry, and I thought about Anna, because she probably was trying to contact me, and I wanted to get back to the Airbnb to charge up my phone so I can let her know that I was okay, nothing happened, And so I jumped in a cab, and I told the guy that where I'm going to is East Point, but technically it wasn't in East Point. It was a little bit closer to downtown, but he said, okay, East Point, he knows where he's going. I said, okay, you have a Google's map. He said, well, I lost my phone. So I said, okay, how do you know where you're going to go? He's like, well, you said East Point. I said, okay, whatever. And we took off because I said, okay, I'm already in the cab. Nothing I can do. I'm in here. And he took off. I looked at the meter, and we barely got onto the freeway, and that meter was already jumping up to $20. I'm like, what the? Saying that to myself, what the hell? I just jumped in the cab. Okay, anyway, I just wanted to get back to the Airbnb. I was tired, and we started driving along, and I said, well, how are we gonna find this if you don't have a phone? And the guy all of a sudden pulls out his little flip phone. I said, oh, okay, is this guy trying to pull something? I'm like kind of getting a little concerned. I said, am I gonna have to, do something? Is this gonna get crazy out here tonight or what? But he asked me the address, and I guess he called a friend of his, and he told him where I was going. He was like, that's not East Point. And I said, okay, like I told you, I'm not from Detroit, so I was kind of guessing, because I looked on the map, it kind of looked like it was close to East Point. But anyway, we drove along, we're driving, and then the guy just started busting out singing in Arabic, and I'm looking at this motherfucker like, what the, like what is this guy doing? Whatever. And he's singing, and we're driving along, and I don't recognize any of the surroundings, and I about 20 minutes in, I said, sir, you know where we're going, man? I don't recognize any of this. And he's like, you don't recognize? You don't recognize? And I was like, no. And I was like, no. And so we're driving along, and then we somehow wind up on Jefferson, which I know Jefferson was pretty close to where my Airbnb was. So we drove down. He made a left turn, and we were on the street where my Airbnb was. It was just on the opposite side of where I was used to traveling, going back and forth from it. Get out, get in the house, go run and plug my charger up, and ironically, Anna was pulling up. I seen her outside in the parking spot, and she comes in. And I said, "Hey, my phone was dead. I know you probably trying to get a hold of me, but it was dead. Sorry, And we ate the pizza, and that was my last night there. I flew home Sunday morning, early Sunday morning, and watched a couple movies on the flight back. I was relieved my trip worked out because Anna was there for me. She made every effort to come back and forth across the border. I know it was tough for her. She wasn't used to driving in Detroit, but she made it happen, and I'm grateful for that. Well, lesson learned. Well, that's my video. Once again, this is Eddie Enigma. You have been enigmified, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.